What you doing, Nick?
Hey, Jerry. Hey, we're ready. Day one.
Day one.
We still got our hair. Frankie, look at the hair. yeah, still got all my hair. Day 101 will be bald.
I think you guys are scamming on trying to take away some money from the mortgage companies.
You got that right.
Is that right, Sharon?
Bet it is.
That's not true to your bank, you know.
Oh, it's my goal, though.
We're going to tear this building down and salvage the material out of it, too. Build a barn. All right. Okay. Saw in hand. Yep, saw will travel.
That's Nick. And there's Terry.
On our way.
This is Sharon. And these are all the family. This is the mother and father, Terry and Sharon, and Nick is their son. And over here, Tammy's going to be the archives. You're going to be the archives keeper. And this is the site of their log home that they're going to build.
Cause each other to have brain cancer by taking pictures of each other.
And they're doing the proper thing here. They got their children with them to learn how to save money building a log home. With no more than a class behind you, right?
That's all we got.
Well,
A lot
I'm
of
going to be
determination.
starting the class.
You got what?
But I'm going to be starting the class.
Oh, that's right. Terry already took it. Sharon's going to be taking it next quarter. And this building's going to come out of here. The foundation site will be here. As you can see, it's winter time, and what we're going to do is fall the trees in the winter so that the sap is down. We've already walked through before and selected some trees and counted them, make sure there's plenty. And it's real nice view site here. That's looking north towards the rodeo grounds. There are a couple trees here that we probably could use for rigging trees maybe later on. And there's 70 some acres here, and but most of the pine trees are on the hillside. This tree here will be a rigging tree. But we may find other methods to lift the logs.
Looking good to me.
And that's Brian over there. That's Tammy's husband. He's going to observe, I guess. Yep. We don't know what his major job is.
Observing. Transportation. He's in charge of transportation.
Oh, that's right. Everybody's got a job.
Well,
So we cut some of, we measured back.
oh, we did.
Didn't we measure back?
Okay.
This man with the proper safety equipment. Eye guards, hard hat. Little fire at the first tree we felled for the log home. Was it as difficult as you thought getting that first tree down?
Well, it was easy for me.
It didn't scream much when it went.
And what did we cut? It was 19 inches on the butt.
19 inches on the butt. Tapered to 9 inches.
Tapered down to 9 inches at what, how many feet?
52 feet.
52 feet. And since it was on a hillside, it was fall straight downhill was the easiest way for it to go. Nick fell that first one, didn't you, Nick?
Yes, sir.
For Daddy and Mommy,
Yeah.
right?
Made my knees shake.
And this is the first step in saving lots of money, right?
Yeah.
Homemade economics.
The second tree is
Yeah, more than it'll make
58
you think.
feet long.
That tree was how old, Nick?
Just over 90 years old.
Just over 90. And we felled 3 or 4 others. We're going to be showing falling the tree that we're going to make a half log out of, which will be the straightest tree with the least amount of limbs on it we can get, and pretty large. But we decided we have a wiener roast first.
What are we going to use for stick? They got a pocket knife in there.
We don't have one.
Oh, what do you do? Does your Leatherman tool make me roast?
Mine would do it, yes. I don't know if those guys is too.
Some more over there on the hillside.
I've heard
And
it broke the tip
we
off.
had to take a plumb bob to make sure the tree was straight.
Guaranteed.
And we'll go over to the next tree and we'll see how we do that.
Broke the tip off. There's Jerry Swayze's. Dropping what I believe will be our half log for the Clark log home.
Not making a very good commercial for the Husqvarna chainsaws, I'll tell you that right now.
Remember, off is on.
Yeah?
Off is on, in is out, up is down.
Jack happened here.
Alright, we're gonna have to cut this out, this isn't gonna do us anything.
Wait.
Well, Jerry talked dirt to it, and sure enough. Going in for his knock now. Let's finish it off. Oh no, this tree's probably, I don't know, 70, 75 feet tall. Of course, we won't use the full length. Oh no, I guess this one will be 19, 20, 21 inches at the butt. Because it's back cut, it's wasting no time. Watching that top. I can't see it, maybe it is. There she goes. Just where he wanted her. And there she be. You think you've done that before?
That's the first thing
No, I'm not turning this.
Okay, wait underneath that bark there.
Way down in there, that bark's so thick.
Get that limb where she needs straight.
That wood, they're under there.
Right down beside that bark. Right down in there. We ain't gonna mess with that dog limb. Save a lot of messing around with it. Pretty good. She's right in our Circa meat. Sound.
Third Brian Shrimper. Take an inside diameter measurement so I can get in close to see what we got here.
16 3/4.
Got 16 and 3.
Let's go the other way from the... I'm measuring from the bark here, inside,
Uh-huh.
inside here.
1 foot 4 1/4, it's 16 1/4. 3/4, okay.
No heart rot.
There you go. Ponderosa. You guys are doctoring up them limbs. This is one of the straightest trees we could find up here, the least tapered. Considering using it for the half log. I'll sit you down and get you in closer here in a minute. There's my mom, one of the owners. Gonna lay a tape, see what we can get out of this. We need about 50, or something 52 for the backside. 40s for the short walls. And there's not gonna be a problem with this log to get 50.
Watch your legs, it's going to come this way.
Watch. Just back off a little bit. Jerry just warned my parents there to watch out because there's pressure. That thing hits the ground. Pressure. He goes to take that cut. He's going to leave that pressure. You don't know what's going to happen. Everybody's awake.
Where we got to go?
See the total measurement. Pull it tight, you woman. I'm worse than a wet noodle. Pull that sucker tight. Too tight.
How much?
She said
Okay.
58.
Have him cut off 4 feet on that end.
4 feet. Lose 4 feet, Brian. We're talking a 55 total. 54 total. He's getting rid of that swelled butts where he's up to. Taking 4 feet off there. That way you save that same taper. Towards the butt they tend to swell up.
Yeah, still hold it right now. Okay, I got it.
Okay. Get rid of that swollen butt. Get that nice taper all the way down to the length that you need it. Just a little common sense practice. Common sense dragging that putter around. Get rid of it right here. Okay, we'll get you back in later. We'll do something else.
A thick bark like this, you want to take it in as far as you can. Kind of figure out ahead of time by how much bark you got here on the butt when you saw it. And that way, you don't have to come out through and hang up your feeling spot on this bark. The knot, because if you cut it off clear out here with that flush out here, you got big knobs together. You're trying to clean off with your spud, and it's a lot of extra work.
10-4, yeah.
So stick in tight as you can without scoring the tree.
Super.
But looks pretty good. There's probably our half log there, and we'll slice it in half to start our sequence. It fell right way where we wanted it to. So I guess we'll do a couple more, huh?
Hey, let's do it. I'll shut you down right here then.
Okay.
And there's the butt of that half log. And Jerry asked me to show the folks the next 2 logs we're gonna take out. Can hardly see there's so many trees in here. I'll fast zoom on the butt
right in
of
on
one.
the base and then go up it and back
Okay.
off as you go up.
There's the base of one. Okay, we'll follow it up, and there's very little taper in these particular logs. There's one uphill from it to the left. They're nice, tall, straight pine logs with a minimal taper. We'll jump over to the top of the other one and walk it down. And we're gonna go ahead and dump those over right now.
All these trees are basically about within 3-4 inches of the same diameter on the base.
Uh-huh.
So we don't really worry about an inch or two. They'll come out and we'll use them somewhere along the way on the way up. We'll be getting into these smaller trees as we get further up. Probably the first 2 rounds we'll be using these bigger ones that are 15 to 19 inches. But then we'll get down to these here. The next ones we fall here are going to be pretty much the average diameter tree we're going to use.
Okay. Well, let's go cut them down,
I
Jerry.
ain't got my makeup on.
Well, shoot. Powder. Okay. Here's Jerry Swayze. He's doing the 2 that I just showed you. He's taking the top one, which is leaning uphill. Probably 4 feet more at the top than it is the bottom, so he's going to go slow, just let her do what it wants to do. He's going to try to get it away from these trees up and to the left of it. He doesn't want to damage those, but he's going to let the tree do what it wants to do. No sense taking unnecessary risks because it's mono, so. Jerry seems to stress safety. It makes a hell of a lot of sense to me. None of this is worth it if you get yourself hurt. It's about got his nudge cut in it. It is kind of an awesome sight seeing these big old pumpkins drop. I'll go to this back cut now and get back so you guys can. Good night. I can't get to the top of it. But he's talking to it a little bit. Oh, maybe. There it goes. Dropping right up there. There it goes. Jump back there now. Don't. Things are happening. This is the first day on this big project here. Everybody's adrenaline's going a little bit. Had a real good time. And he's going to jump right into that next street too. I might as well keep this thing running. You're on his limits. You guys watch him win, so Gets inside the bark, gets down close to that trunk. There's work for later. Dad's gonna fire his later for to help go out. Oh, the man's getting crazy. Make a good Marlboro commercial, I guess. Listen, I'm gonna tag out here and get you next time you go drop in the field, get back on there.
So many usable trees here.
Since you didn't realize there's so many usable trees here in here. And there are some beautiful trees, just kind of like looking for Easter eggs, you know. Look around, find the field.
I gotta go help now.
So what is it like starting your new log home?
Exciting.
Is it real?
Yeah, now it is.
Now it's real?
Real. I can start visualizing going up
Yeah.
and what they'll actually look like with work off.
Yeah. Helps relieve the tension because you've been planning this for a while.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is wonderful.
How many years has it been since you've been planning? Forever?
Actually, probably. Well, since we bought it, probably.
5 years and here you go.
And now it's
Pretty nice weather we have. Look at spread it down. What is it, December, January? January, last of January. We had some nasty cold weather and a lot of snow, and now it's been melting, so we got some warm weather and the snow isn't too deep. Kind of wet. It's a good day to be out in the woods. Good day to be out in the woods. Living a little bit. Okay. There's that lower log we just showed you. Here she goes. You laid her right in there on top of that first one. Not bad. Let's get on and take a look at that log.
That's straight, too.
How you doing, Nick? Just been playing in the snow.
I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. I figured I'd start filming, and I caught it.
I'm getting old and weak. I'm an old man.
Is this one going? Or does it give you the...
Yeah, here we are. There's 4 or 5 trees up in here that Jerry knocked down. Dad's finished limbing the lower one. See
Yeah,
him
that probably would be the
laying
smartest
around
thing
up
to
in there.
come up and...
Look, there he is. One there to take us to another one.
And then have him
There's the top of
bring
another
him
one.
whoever he is with the cat.
And there's one more in here somewhere. I
Bring them
ain't
all
seen
down
it.
at once, or...
Anyway.
Yeah, I
Is that the way to do it?
I was telling Nick how to just put a couple trees down.
And there's
then
still
pull the others
nice
past
timber
us.
we
They're not
can
in
get.
one
We're
big
just getting,
pile.
we're
You
just
don't
real
have to
picky
try
right
to
now.
fill it
Shoot,
around.
there's one right here. It's just beauty.
If you put them up here, you're gonna be surprised.
You
You
know.
don't hardly get any dirt on them.
Yeah,
I dug
okay.
all mine field up to my cabin side, and they all come up.
You're talking some
That
like
kind of rains on a few times. Washed
beautiful
out
stuff.
Time you get down to your B-notch, you know, that
And there's
that
a few
quarter
through
of the
here.
log's
Yeah.
gone. So
That'll work
really,
for
by the
us.
time you're done, you don't have that much that's gonna get dirty.
I think we're gonna handle over and get this guy right.
That's one of the first
See,
things
that's
they tell
what I
me.
mean,
How do
like-
you keep your logs clean?
I think we're working on
Don't
our
worry about it. I feed
just
them,
about
and I get ready to drag
our
them,
second
drag them in.
course. We want to
Dirt.
finish 2 courses today
Take 'em
just to
off
say we
that
did it.
chainsaw don't dull.
I think he's gonna be
Now, do you fur up inside your walls?
the last one.
Inside the house, you fur that out?
Oh no, that's the most important part to me to have around.
Yeah, it's a pretty good sized tree compared to the Jerry standing there.
You out of the way?
Well, I don't know. Ooh, you hear that? Cool.
I think that's where I wanted it to go.
Sure it is.
A lot of grunting going on there.
Well, see.
That's for sure. What's this tool for? Does that help peel logs?
That's the scribe there. We just we brought it along. We ain't going to use it up here. We aren't going to use it up here. Well, what we're doing here is peeling one real pretty pine log. We've felled 4 more today out through the woods. And Nick, is this your first log you tried peeling?
Very first.
Yeah.
And he made up a couple peeling spuds at the workshop. And Dad's trying out the other one. They look like pretty good spuds. They're having a little difficulty with gouging. But let's go up and take a closer look. Nick's staying way back away from his work so he doesn't gouge himself.
Yeah, that's all I need.
Okay, Nick, you want to give us an explanation on the construction of that
Sure.
little goodie?
I'm hardly an expert at building these, Jerry. What I did was, they had some scrap metal down at Eastern where I go to school, and a piece of 1/2-inch mild steel that we were going to cut up into welding samples, and I bummed a couple pieces from the instructor, and basically all I did was stuck it in the machine, and the milling machine, and cut an edge on it. Went back later with a flat file and gave it more of a taper because this was way too steep, or not steep enough, I guess. I don't know what you call it. At any rate, put an edge on it, bent it, took a little piece of fir, which isn't the best to use, I guess, but all I had, stuck it in the wood lathe and turned down a handle, drilled some holes and cleaned up the slot for the well, the cutter part of it, I guess, to slide into. A couple carriage bolts, a little bit of oil, and basically it was free, you know, just from putting some scraps together. I guess I had to pay for the carriage bolts, and then we bought that hickory handle for that one. It's an old PV handle. Same design for the cutter part, but the handle itself is hickory. Not as much meat on that handle, but it seems to work okay.
Nice and heavy. It's good.
No, these are very heavy, but it seems to work okay.
Yeah, this is about a, what did we cut this? This was short length of the wall, right?
Yeah, this was 40 foot anyway, this long.
Yeah, we had about, I think 13 inches on the butt. And then go ahead and peel it off and then wood knife it, right?
Right.
Butch,
Yes, sir.
what all is it taking you to get this far to decide to build a log home?
What all? Just the class.
Class
Yeah,
and,
class and a couple of movies.
yeah, we bought the movies.
In fact, we watched the movie Tuesday night again. Got all fired up. Had to get down here and get these logs peeled. Some more on the ground.
Let's see, you had a couple of, you got your plans being sent out for, right?
Yeah, got the plans made up for pretty much finalized the way we want them, and just have to have them made up someplace so that they'll pass.
So far, you've just, on your own plans, you've just drawn up on a scrap paper to get the rough dimensions of the outside of your log home.
Yep.
Figured how many logs approximately you'd need with a 10-inch average median diameter.
Yep.
And then we cut the logs to length with plus extra 4 to 6 feet on the ends.
Yep.
And then we just went out and started falling trees, right?
That's all we did.
Is there any more to it than that?
Nothing. No more than
Tip.
that. Just
Huh?
I've got a tip.
Yeah?
Always start at the top and let your dad start the butt. Much easier to peel down here.
Yeah? Okay.
okay.
So it's very simple the way to get started and then work on it from there.
This is almost pleasant.
Yeah. This bud, I turned it over the opposite way.
Yeah.
And scrape this cambium layer off.
Now it looks like you're getting most of it.
See, there's little pieces left. The wood life will penetrate that with it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I'd get as much off as you can, but I don't think it doesn't look like you're leaving all that much. Let's take a closer look at that.
So I got a I guess it's flat on that side. It's not real sharp, but it's not
I think you'd want a little more width on
a little
the
more
blades,
width
maybe.
on my cutter here. Because
Put down one of mine for you to try. Okay, we're just talking about cambium layers, that real soft, slimy layer we see right there that carries the sap. At this time of the year, when we fall them in the winter like this, there's hardly any sap in there. And
it sure just comes rolling off, but I'm not sure that I'm getting under it like I should.
let's see if we can get more of it off or whatever. But it's not too bad.
Oh,
It's nice to go back over a little bit later and take off the major portions of it.
There's all sorts of women around here somewhere.
We'll do that, right?
yeah, women like to do that sort of thing.
Get your peeling spud underneath the cambium layer and it'll just roll right off.
Yeah,
Once you get a long section going, but you got a pretty knotty log here. We want this one for beauty.
yeah. Well, where are we going to put this in the wall?
It might be a good
decided?
ceiling joist.
It would.
Like one of the rooms, or actually, there's a Jerry.
It's kind of small, isn't it?
There's a log that goes across.
Cambium layer there.
This supports the catwalk. This and above the kitchen. This is a good one.
Oh, this would be, yeah, it would.
So we picked this tree just for beauty because it has some real nice burly knots on it and that sort of thing for people that like a little excitement to their log home rather than just bland, plain logs, right?
Right. Like Nick says, this could be the face log where we put our balcony across, where the stairway comes out.
Yeah, here we have a scribe that we used to scribe our logs with that Nick made up down at school, and he made a couple of them. Just 2 pieces of flat iron steel, approximately 12 inches, 16 inches long, and what he's done is placed a thumb screw here to loosen up so he can extend his pencil whenever you start wearing your pencil down. So you can put it out where you want it and secure it back down with the thumb screw. Scribe opens and closes. And one this long so you can get a big, if you have a long distance between your logs, 4, 5, 6, 8 inches. If you're using big logs like this, you'll need a scribe that'll get out quite a ways open. And another thing is, here he's placed his pencil directly over the top of the point below, so that when you're scribing up and over, that this pencil is describing the arc exactly as the point down below is picking it up from the pattern log. And you'll probably see this in class more, but this is a general idea. He's got a bolt securing it here, and he's relieved it in here a bit to make it lighter. I guess that's about all. There isn't a heck of a lot to it. You'd have to take a closer look at it. We have that in the workbook too that goes with the movie that explains how to make a scribe, a really simpler one than this, but this is a little better scribe. I guess that's about it.
Mine.
Hi.
And as they're using their peeling spuds, they're finding little differences that they want to change, little changes they want to make in their peeling spuds. And as you go along, you'll find out what works best for you.
I just like the balance of this one. It's just real heavy right here.
Yeah, yeah, you want that weight because it helps later on when you get into knots and clicks them right off.
Carries right through.
You got a lot of weight there.
Yeah. You know, with the way that is so sharp, it really, I have trouble peeling that up like that.
Oh.
But this one doesn't seem to do it.
It's a cool sound.
Yeah.
Spark tearing loose.
Yeah.
Mine's, I think mine's got more of a wood chisel.
Mine's
Angle.
slippery. You could really ruin your going walking on a slippery log, don't
Yeah, be careful of that.
walk on a slippery.
Be careful you
Unless you
don't
got
work
car-
your way around the log and then the peeling spud comes through from the other side and gets your foot.
Yeah.
There's a few little things you got to watch out for. Snow's gone now, and had the backhoe in. Set up the batter boards to align the outside of the foundation. There's a stub wall because there's going to be a log wall going across the center. Got it leveled out and ready for the people to come in and put the foundation in. Clarks are going to decide to have foundation work done by someone else, have it inspected. They've got the perimeters of it measured out. Out there you see some of the logs that are being peeled. There's 47 trees down right now and peeled and wood-lifed. We'll go down and take a closer look at them. But in a month they've got quite a bit done. The snow's pretty well gone now. Let's go take a look at some of them on the hillside. We'll show a spar tree that we'll be using in the center of foundation. Right in the center of foundation there, they dug a 6-foot hole right in there before putting the spar pole in to help mount the logs, mount rigging. They've built them a nice little shed here for coffee and keeping tools dry. There's Nick. They had a lot of lumber left from the shed that was here, so they're taking the nails out of it. 2x are getting so expensive that they decided to go ahead and clean them up. This cabin's going to be 34 by 44, outside dimension. They've got water, power, and septic are already here, so that makes their job a lot less expensive. They figure they're going to have close to $6,000 in the subfloor, foundation, and that'll be it until they get up to the roof. There'll be a few expenses here and there. I'm going to consult for them. Be around to videotape and give them input on different areas that confuse them or they're not sure about or just want to be reassured of. Gonna save some money on them 2x4s, Terry? And Nick's enjoying the fire with the wieners and hot dogs. We went out and felled a few this morning. You had any qualms about what you've done so far there, Nick?
What's that?
You had any qualms about anything you did so far?
So far, so good.
Nothing scaring you to death?
Just this morning.
Just my falling, huh?
Not so bad.
We got coffee pots down there and everything.
I'll take you over to our half logs next if you want.
Okay, that's a good idea. Let's do it. Our longer logs for the long wall.
55 to 60 feet.
55 to 60
Yeah,
feet.
if they had enough length to go to 60. And some of them are 62 for the purlins.
And what,
This one here was 58 feet. These are between 55 and 58, these three. We have a 46-foot wall, so we got plenty of
plenty
log.
extra, yeah. That's a good idea. Good. Yeah, we'll try a couple of variations on that end so we get that V-notch so it doesn't expose and stuff. Yeah. Worry about cracking and so forth are the ones that got a twist to it. The grain's twisted.
Oh?
You know, like a spin to the tree. The grain will spin kind of around as it goes up. That's the ones that'll climb on you or they'll split. We got a couple of them, but we'll see how they turn out. I want horses.
Yeah.
That's down at the Arden Rodeo Ground. This is Clark's own personal horses. Nice Appaloosa. Getting quite a few of them laid out here. That's really nice when you got them laying everywhere.
That's one. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty.
Moved along a lot quicker than a lot of people I know. A little small. That probably worked for a spar tree too if we never needed it. Can you kind of see the twist? Yeah, see, that's what that type of tree there is going to be. Usually the type will ride up or they'll spin up as they dry.
Just coming out over.
You especially want to rebar something like that if you're using around doors or ceiling joists or whatever. You want to rebar it down good. But normally you don't have to worry about the weight of them, hold them. And for preservative to keep them from crudding up with mold or turning dark. Wood life preservative. Let's go take a look. Some big trees. 16 inches on the butt, 16 19 on the butt. About an average 11-inch center diameter. Figure this is your largest log out of the log pile, right?
Yeah, this is it.
That's probably the one we'll be using for a half log. Because
It's like 17 inches at the butt, 15 and a half at the top. And
Good.
41 feet, I guess.
yeah, that's what you want without much taper.
And here's the top of it.
Yeah, that'll be usable for ceiling joist or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no, excuse me. Here's the top.
Oh, there's the top. Yeah, we'll find places to use them. That's a nice looking half log. Let me look at it end on.
Yeah, it's pretty good looking.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if there's another one that's got a little less curve than that, but
Or I was going to take this one for a long wall half log. I just, I didn't know. Short wall, long wall. This is one of our other bigger trees, and it's long enough for a long wall.
they're all usable somewhere. Nice logs. Those are smaller, aren't they?
Yeah.
More like purlins or
Right.
ceiling
Maybe
joists.
towards the top of the wall.
They're on the hillside. And Sharon's up there peeling, and Tammy and the wood lifing logs. Just a little closer up with the ones up on the hill. Pretty nice looking logs still. He was getting over here. He had a bunch over here in the canyon. He didn't want to fall because they were getting more like carrots over that way. And they're a little hard to get to with a vehicle. And it seems we're getting plenty of trees, so I don't think we'll need to go in oddball places to get them, huh?
No.
Where the heck you got them women hidden at?
Man, we're only halfway there, Jerry. Good jump the horse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up, I guess.
Over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna see a couple now. One of them hasn't been filled yet.
Lots of small ones left up on top for a little cabin up on top of the hill, huh?
Yeah. They're real long and skinny over there, but they're crookeder than shit. Sorry.
That's all right.
I went through there and I think I found a good one to get to it, and it wasn't, it was too crooked.
The site is over there. And them trees. Yeah. I don't know where that deer went. He was right through there. Wow. You really spread out your work area.
Yeah. We can drive right up to those pretty much.
Yeah.
Kind of steep, but there's no stumps and rocks in the way to get to them.
That's Lisa, Tammy, and Sharon.
I'm going to have to drop it downhill to be able to get a hold of it with the cables. I don't know if it's doable or not, but it's a damn good log. It's long, probably 16 or 17 inches at the butt, not a bunch of taper. A real good long log.
The other day when we was up here, remember we saw about 15 deer right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those guys that were peeling yesterday he was peeling these logs here, and there's deer walking all around him,
Yeah.
As long as you don't get too close to them, the deer just hang around you. The hunting season, and they run like a son of a gun.
This is the kind of property you want to look for. It's plenty of trees. They've got quite a bit of acreage here, so they didn't have any shortage of trees. If they were building a smaller cabin or a shorter walled cabin, they'd have plenty for that. Shoot, there's plenty in there. They'll be using for rigging. They have one bigger one down below. Nice handy little skookums. These are real expensive ones here. Wood life for the ladies. Little truck to get them up here. And then they walked on up in to do the. They had hired some young men to peel the heavy bark off, and the ladies are taking the cameo layer off themselves. Let's go up and see what they're doing. Nothing's going to be left here, but it's a good decoration tree if a person liked it in your upper rails or something, or on the display floor, or your main floor, your log home for looks. And here's what you call a carrot.
Yeah.
Did you say it's probably about
At least 16, I bet. Here and then 20 feet later, maybe 10, maybe.
carrot? You don't want to use them. This is Arden. Buttercups coming up in March.
He's doing pretty good.
There's Tammy.
Yes.
Say hi, Tammy.
Hello.
Sharon.
Hi.
Lisa.
Oh, you got it right.
Nick. The dog's running around here somewhere. Did you, oh man, you really got the cameo. Did you take cameo off that already?
He was like this. Is this okay?
Just, it's so clean that I just couldn't tell.
Oh, really?
I guess it is.
We know we're all done.
Good looking logs. There's another one up there. Are you taking cameo layer off at the same time, or are you just doing wood lifing?
Well, first of all, they went ahead and peeled it, and then we'd go along and take the cameo off. And that was too much work, so they're doing it all at the same time.
All right.
Makes our job easier.
Good deal. Doing well. Now, them's real ladies there. Pitching right in and doing their share.
Mountain women.
More than their share. Right, Nick?
Take them home at night and they chew leather.
I mean,
I'll pack it up. Ain't no big
we've
deal.
driven clear over here, Nick, before.
Did you just
Going
want to
up
hippity
and
hop
down.
down if we ran out and get us fill our things up?
Yeah. How much you got?
We each got half.
How much?
Dump Tammy's into everybody.
How much you been using about for each log?
Gosh, I don't know per log. How many logs we got down? I mean, probably 30 painted.
Painted? Probably
30, and we're just starting on
Take
our
your brush out?
third
Take
5
your
gallon.
No.
Third 5 gallons? All right.
This is our third one. But we're putting it on, I think
Wow,
I'm putting
that's
it on
fine.
pretty thick.
Yeah, you've been putting a couple coats on each one?
No,
Just the one coat?
I just go over it once.
I'll fill these up and bring them.
That's what
That
they
we're-
do. They just put wires through their bales and they got old paint brushes.
Hills Brothers, though.
Yeah.
Folders don't work. Oh, yes, it does. Here's
Yeah.
folders.
They said that they can start telling this last week that the sap's been running a lot more faster, that the trees has been falling later in the month. We just about got them all done.
Okay.
I'm too lazy to walk up there, so I'll just telescope out. And there's that one. And they got one more over here. And then most of the rest of them are back down below, right?
Yeah, I think wherever you guys were cutting today.
Okay. Build up here if you had water. There's a real beautiful rocky spot over in that mountain there that would make a nice site. No water, but it'd be a nice campsite to get a good view of the surrounding country just for a little getaway. That's Highway 395 right over there. Colville River just beyond. Ideal piece of property if you got to be close to town. Gonna pack up some more wood life to the ladies.
Got a rainstorm coming.
Yeah,
We're off Dunn Mountain.
spar pole. And it's probably 8 inches there. And we got it 35 feet long. And this is a evergreen fir tree because it has a little more strength than a pine. We're going to use that to mount in that 6-foot pit we saw in the center of the foundation area. And we'll mount our rigging off of this for easing the logs around the walls to the log home. Area, different hillside. We come in here today and felt this is where we first filmed some of the trees that have been peeled since then. There's about 5 more down there that still have the bark on that we peeled or felled today. And we're starting to look more or less for the purlins now. We've got the log wall logs, the majority of them down, and so we'll be looking for the ceiling joists and the purlins and the ridge pole now. And that'll pretty well get us up to par. Log we were peeling in the last portion of that last section of movie. It's going to be a real pretty log. We aren't going to have any trouble fitting it in. It'll be notch okay. You can see we've got logs all over the hillside up there. Here and there. There's about 20 of them over here. They're peeled. A bunch more on the fence line here, but they all lean out so far over the fence line that we don't want to be messing with anybody in the neighbor's property. Be purlins or ridge poles or ceiling joists or eave logs. All this morning, ready to peel. They said the sap's starting to run pretty good now, so we're getting this peeling falling done just real close in time. They're down here in the valley, so the sap starts running sooner than it will up at my place for the log home I'm going to do this summer for a friend. There's some of them on the hillside. Good looking logs. Another purlin there we felled. They weren't as crooked as I thought being up here on the hill. Nice looking logs. Cleaning up the mess and getting some extra boards to use for here and there.
Yeah, tie my hair with like...
I think it's just hanging on the wall there, Mom. Right on that door.
All the grandkids, everybody here doing it. That's what you need, people that really interested like you are. I got the last great family scene here. Boys are up on the hill, they're doing the log pulling. Everybody down here is cleaning up the mess.
Yeah, we're getting there all ready for the house. Oh, here comes one more.
We're Brian with the tractor. We'll try to lift her right up, put her right on the...
You want to watch. You don't want to roll off that other log. It's not on the notch anymore. Just gently get it up on. Hang on.
Good one!
Lift this up now.
Yeah, lift this up, put that in back on her, we got her.
Awesome.
And it's sitting in the cradle there. Now we'll clean the knots off until it stops raining, maybe. It's pretty heavy log. A little bit more.
Sit down, sit down. Still rolling.
There, sitting in good in place. Little tractor. And the half log is sitting on its mount. You see, we made very simple mounts here. What we'll do is clean off all the knots now and get a nice clean surface, and then we'll pick the direction we want to saw it.
You're done good, B.
Works pretty good. You got a little piece of equipment, huh?
Yeah, helps. Ancient old Ford tractor, it did the job though.
Okay, we plumbed vertical. We found the true center of the log. Put a line on the end, on both ends, before we rolled it to snap the chalk lines. Then we went ahead and snapped the chalk line the full length of the log. Now we're going to saw down the chalk lines. We'll roll the log into the position that we need for the easiest sawing.
Which way you want to roll that, Jared? Do you want to roll it right yet?
Not right yet. I'm just going to go ahead and start sawing.
Okay.
Going like that all the way down, and you can see we've already went darn near a foot, so it only took a couple minutes, so you just go all the way down, keep working. Follow the line up here, follow the line underneath. Got the horse making out. Yeah, let it cool off a bit.
Look, yeah.
You get a feel for it now?
Oh yeah. It'd be a bummer without Brian.
Yeah, it's a little larger log than I usually use.
I can do it probably.
Jump on her!
If I was too hot, I would. That's cool. These kids gotta learn how to do it.
Yeah, I know it. They got a big future ahead of them there.
Plus adults do it all, and what are these kids gonna learn? What are they gonna be able to teach us? That's
Cool.
home, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, whenever I bring the tip of the bar down here as far as I can reach, and this is as far as I've reached going that way, then I try to hold it right there in that position while I bring the head of the chainsaw down over here. If you don't, what happens is you leave a long tapered area here, that big void type of area. If you all of a sudden take your saw and put your point of it, the tip of it clear up here, and just coming down this line real quick over here, what happens is you leave a big void for that distance. This way, you're starting right here at that line, you know you're right at the line, you're not throwing yourself off up here in some gap back up this way. So what you want to do is try to hold that chainsaw right in there and let it eat its way right on down the line, and then stick your dog, and then come on to its point again.
Okay, thanks,
About
Barry.
it. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. What are you doing? All I'm doing is trying to get a rope on here so that we can keep the log from sliding off.
Hey, I got it off film!
Hey, I think you better get some good rope when you do this so that log don't fall off and kill you.
We got a real one over
You're on
here.
the wrong side of it when you get it sliced. And that falls off. Yeah.
Here comes my bear camp rope. It'll work.
Did that look real good, huh?
I got it. I don't know. Let's take home and look at it.
Well, I tell you, that nylon, there's nothing like that nylon rope.
Yeah, this is good stuff here. That's been bear grease too. It'll last forever.
Yeah. Are you sure now?
Oh yeah.
All we're going to do is keep the log from slipping off. I want to just figure out how I'm going to tie this. I want it to be able to pop right loose.
Okay.
So you don't have to cut.
Yeah. Here, I got it. I'm gonna shut this off for just a second.
Okay.
Oh, you want? Oh, sure. I get him falling down, he gets me screwing up my Boy Scouts.
I'll show you what I'm doing. We learned this from Larry Enright. We're hauling hay. We just got it looped around, simple as that, lassoed. I come down here and I make a loop and spin it maybe 3 times, 4. I got a loop, I pulled this main one back through it, and that's my loop, see?
Yeah.
That will pull loose.
Right.
Okay. So I'll get set up. My trusty assistant, Brian, will help me. Come down under here. 1, need some more slack, Brian. 2, about 3. I take this, put it through that loop, and there's the loop we'll use.
Oh yeah. Hey, yeah.
Okay, then we can come back.
Now I remember. don't ask me to show you.
And then Brian can just reef on that and suck it up as tight as he wants. Tie the knot.
And just take those 2 loose ends and tie together.
Got her? It's probably tight enough.
Uh-oh, here comes the rain.
Well, then you take this one and do it here. See, now I'm forgetting. I'm on film. I'm all nervous now. Okay, then
I suppose you can just tie it out just any way you want there.
this will pull loose. I'm going to tie this off, right. Put it underneath it here. Simple little half hitch.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And that should hold it. And then we can just
Pop that,
half
it
hitch,
should all come
jerk
off.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we'll need another chunk for the other end. Anyway, right now we're about halfway down, and we're putting little wedges in here and there to keep it from falling down and pinching the chainsaw. And we just right there. Let's go ahead and finish her out before the rain comes. Sliced it just right, huh?
House is coming.
I guess that's it. Now we'll flop her apart and see what she looks like.
Brown probably isn't going to go anywhere.
Okay, Brian, if you can, be on the opposite side of the log when you flop it, because that's going to slip off towards you, see? Hey, Terry? Be on the other side of the log, because that top is going to slip off to that side. That way you don't have it end up on your knees.
It might not come until we smack.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's.
Brian, get out of the way.
Okay, you might have to take a peavy and just grab this end here. Yeah.
Okay.
And just flop it. Okay, now take your peavy and just grab it and flop it over.
That's cool.
Gee, that's beautiful. Straight as his...
Look out, your dad's on the other end. You gotta watch what each other's doing or you're gonna kill each other. Okay, there they are.
Awesome.
Huh? They'll bow a little bit because we haven't got the logs placed right, but they'll be all right.
That's cool. I'm gonna get a picture. Hang on right there.
Yeah, let's get some stills then.
That's awesome.
And you see, it's just like a nice flat table there. All we're going to need to do is just dust them up lightly to get rid of them little humps. That's real easy to do. Is there how many feet long?
40 feet.
Okay, Nick, you were the timekeeper, kind of. Tell us kind of a good guesstimate there.
Oh, about 40 minutes ago we started.
40?
40 minutes ago
Yeah.
we started.
Yeah,
No, wait
we
a minute
put-
now. It's 3 o'clock. It's 1:30. 1:30. No, an hour and a half ago. Excuse me.
Hour and a half? Okay, and you put extra mix in the gas of the chainsaw, right?
The extra mix. This is a throwaway chainsaw.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The
You
guy
told.
wanted to throw it away. I traded him out of it. And that's going to build my log home.
All right. Don't let anybody trade you out of your helpers. You got some good helpers here.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we can take it back up to the tractor and put it on there.
See, they got a little bow to them, but we can handle that. We can straighten them right out on the wall. Okay, what we'll do is push them over and get them lined up so they're laying real flat, and then we'll go ahead and start trying to clean them up.
We want some space between them to...
Yeah, so we can walk down either side. One of them is thinner than the other, but that was because of the curve of the log when we snapped it.
We're in the groove here.
Just take a PV or something under it and just stick it and lift it up out of it. Or maybe leave it in there and move the other one over.
Okay.
Hey now.
Get out there. You're supposed to have your fingers in the pie just like everybody else.
I got a camera.
You have to pick it up on that. I thought it'd be just about right.
Have lots of stuff.
Come to an area like this, you don't want to be over here, you'll catch in that groove, so come over here. See, if you're this way, you'll catch in this groove here and gouge it deeper. So get over here and come across it.
Oh, okay.
So that's what you do, and that's why it's nice to have these further apart so we can work both sides of it. That way I can jump over there and get that from like that or whatever. So that's kind of what
Well,
you
we
do.
can move them apart.
Well, yeah. You can see your edges cleaning up. The more you do on, the more you'll clean it up. Okay, there was a footing poured the other day on the bottom there. That was 7 by 15 inches. And then on top of it was put this 30-inch retaining wall or foundation. And then you've got some J-bolts in the top of the foundation here. The boards are higher than what the concrete usually are. It's just the way it's set, and it's that's the size of forms that they had. You'll notice they got an interior wall for the interior log wall to support the center wall. Then there's going to be I-beam supports, floor supports on top of this. You don't go too much into the foundations. You do what the code, do it by the code, and if you don't feel you're set up to do the concrete foundation, then have somebody else do it. What we're looking for is a good, flat, square foundation to put our log home on top of. Here's pull in some of the logs and get them close to the site, get them stockpiled close to the site. What you want is the bigger ones, the largest logs first, closest to the site, because those are the ones you'll be using first. We'll be starting off with our big logs first, our biggest logs first, and work our way up. As we get further and further up, we'll go to the smaller and smaller logs until we're probably down to the size of that far one on this pile right here. Side of this foundation is the 1 foot beyond the interior size of the log home. So the outside perimeters of this foundation are, if your house is to be 40 feet inside, we put it 42 feet on the long side of the log home. Let's go down and see where the access is for the plumbing and electrical. There for his septic. I think he's got the electrical coming over in that corner. It's coming through a large pipe. And there are, well, they've got a crawl space hole in there too, in the center wall. Crawl space between the log walls. I think there's also an exterior crawl space. I think that's his water coming in there. And there's vents, of course, in the foundation. We'll see them as when we do some more filming after we get everything, all the forms off. See a stack of forms on there that he's been using. And they put diesel fuel on the plywood so that the concrete doesn't stick to it. You can take them out and reuse them. Let's go take a look at them laminated beams. Laminated beams. They'll take the place of 2x10s. They say they're stronger than 2x10s and whatever, and but they're a little more expensive than the 2x10s, I think. Well, they're supposed to be stronger and span more distance. So we'll see them after we get them mounted on the wall. Got the coffee pot sitting there, going. More logs. And out over there, more logs. So they're all around close, not too far away. They'll be able to be towed in. They're probably losing a little of their moisture now. It'll be easier to tow in. It's a half log clear over there. We saw that being sawn. It's starting to take shape. This thing's starting to go. Okay, here's what the foundation looks like with the forms off. The front of the log home is going to be over here, facing out towards the rodeo grounds. Out here. This will be the living room down here with an open beam ceiling above. Back here will be the kitchen and dining room. The loft bedroom upstairs. This living room area will be open beam up all the way to the roof up here. This interior log wall here is to support the interior log wall that is going across. There'll be an interior log wall here. It'll be directly in the center of the log home. So we can put the tapered small end or big end either way on this. We'll see which way it works out best. There's a crawl space there and a crawl space back there. The log home is 30 inches above grade from the 7x15 up to the top of the foundation here. Now with this foundation, And they put the forms in. Now they didn't figure any exact dimensions. They just said they wanted a 44 foot, I think it was a 44 foot from here, that corner to that corner, and 32 from that corner to that corner. And that was leaving a foot wide for log here and a foot wide for log over here, same on these ends. We'll probably be putting, I think we're going to put the half log this direction here. Like I said, when we get the outside perimeter seen, we don't have to be exact on dimensions, just as long as this dimension here is the same as this dimension over here, and the same way from here to here and here to here. We want them to be the same dimension. But they can be plus or minus an inch or two, because it isn't going to matter, because we're using logs which taper and they're not perfect. So just as long as we got a square foundation with the diagonals proper. This diagonal means this point from the outside corner of the foundation here, the outside corner there is the same as the dimension from this corner to that corner over there, the outside. That'll make it square. Also, if you want to check this interior concrete wall, then we'll take a diagonal from probably the inside of that V there where the wall ties in to the inside over here. And from there to there, that'll make sure this wall is square to this wall out here. Let's go up top and take a little better look. We got vents all the way around. The septic tank line is already underneath, and the water line and the electrical line will be coming underneath the foundation. This big tree here will be used for our rigging. We'll probably put a snatch block up here, a snatch block down there, drive the truck off this way, down where my little Toyota is. So the cable will come in from my Toyota or the truck, through the snatch block, up through the snatch block here, and out to a log that we'll have laying on this little road up here. And we'll just take off with the truck, and that'll pull that log right over on top of the foundation. We'll roll it into position and do with it what we will. Okay, let's go up above and take a little better look. Up above. Like we said, the diagonals from here over to here, it's got to be the same as from here to here. Now a foundation like this is going to cost you some money. Probably cost you, just for that much that you see right there, probably around, oh, I imagine it's close to $3,500. I'll check on it. I think it's pretty close to that, $3,000, $3,500. That's in concrete, and the man that brought in the forms and set up the forms and the backhoe work and that sort of thing. All you really want to do is make a rectangular foundation, backhoe out a trench, set up your forms, then you notice we put some concrete supports right here inside, because there's going to be a beam coming across here and across here, which will support the floor joists going across this way. So it'll be supporting them in the center so that they don't have to span so far. They won't have to span from here all the way across. They'll span out to the beam and then on from the beam out to the other side. But we'll have another picture of this when we get it finished out. When we get the floor on and the beams in. And right over here, of course, is the road. Everything will be skidded in. The logs will be, the bigger logs are right over there, and they'll be skidded right over on this road, right onto the top of the hill here. And we'll be able to move a long ways up the log home just with that simple rigging outfit that I talked about there. And of course, we'll be showing that later. But we'll have to come out here and take a look at this. There are other options for foundations if you don't have the money to do this. This is actually May 5th. Today. This all has to be backfilled yet. You can see down in there the 7x15 footing down below at the bottom there. Well, my stick here, I can't really point it out. And then on top of that was placed the the foundation itself. Very simple. You don't have to make it difficult. Do things one at a time. Don't overload your mind with a whole bunch of stuff. Right here that we might put in the center of the log home. That one right there. It's a fir, nice and straight, strong. Built it a couple weeks ago to give it a little time to dry and make it a little stronger. There's them pads that'll hold the beams right there. There's just center supports for a beam that'll support the beam. It'll go like this over the top of that, and then the floor joist will go this way over the top of that interior beam, all the way down, 16 inches apart. We've seen those laminated beams before. So to this point, all has been done. The trees were selected in the woods. They were felled, they were peeled, they were preserved, then pulled down here, let dry a little bit, picked the biggest, longest, straightest one, sawed it in for a half log, that's that one laying down there, pulled them close up here where we could have the biggest logs first for the start of the foundation, had a backhoe in, backhoed in the trench, then had a carpenter, a foundation person come in, set the forms, poured the concrete, and now we're ready to put on the floor joists, then the floor sheathing, and then on top of that goes the half log, and then we start up with the logs. That is the part that I'm concerned about. I don't know who's got enough money to do this kind of foundation, or who wants to do a rock foundation or whatever, but that is all we've done to this point. And we kept it that simple in our mind, and that's the only reason we were able to progress this far in this short a time. But people had never done it before. So, something to think about. Doing a little backfilling here. Backfilling on the foundation. We got the floor decking down. Drying on the tractor. Dogs up on the foundation. Larry, Sharon, Tammy, and Nick's over here. Nick's going to put the floor decking on today. 2 layers of, looks like 3/4. We're going to take a close look at the foundation now. There's the head honcho there. And we got the pinhole up. Edge down here. More you see it on the straight line real well. Nice square foundation. Right here. Decking here cost them $1,500. We're going to be covering 1,400 square feet down here on this first floor, and 400 square feet on the second floor of the loft area. We put a gin pole in the center. We need it for later, so we can be a little more versatile in moving the logs. We put some holes in it, buried about 6 foot in the ground. And we can cable it back to the first logs down or whatever to give it a little more stability. But set up the rigging we do, we won't get much strain on it. We'll take another look at it. Real pretty. Just little teeny ones. There's another batch up there. Real pretty. Real pretty flowers. And they're all sitting right up here above the site. And they've got these floor joists on 16-inch centers. They're I-beams, 12-inch I-beams, plywood laminated I-beams, and 16-inch centers all the way across. We're just starting to lay out the plywood up on top. Everything's lined up with the edge of the foundation. The subflooring is lined up with the edge of the foundation. And here's a gin pole. We've got it about 25, 30 feet high. And you can see the center support. We'll get a closer look at that in a minute, of this center support running across with the concrete pads to give it support. The center support is saddled down into the concrete wall on the center and on the ends. Remember, we had a concrete wall across here with another half log. We're going to make another half log to go right there. Boss man, woman. This is wonderful seeing the whole family working like this together. And they all got their little jobs and they both all feel comfortable with whatever they do. And so it's working out real well. There's nobody complaining or causing problems. It's all just kind of a nice working arrangement. Just the access hole down here. All vents properly spaced. And they put a wide 2x6 here that supports every 12 inches underneath to give us support for the half log going there that we can bolt it to. All right, on the count of 3, build with logs. 1, 2, 3.
Build with logs.
1, 2, 3.
You got it. Looking real good. They'll have the sheathing down today, and we'll probably put the half log down tomorrow. So everything's going real well. The weather's kind of cooperating. It's raining a little bit, but it's getting nicer. He's backfilling the foundation with a tractor. It's nice to have a little piece of equipment like that if you can have it. It covers a lot of work. It's pulled a lot of logs, pushed a lot of dirt. It's worked out real well. Even just a little piece of equipment like that will do a lot of work. Save you a lot of wear and tear on your own vehicles and whatever. Well, if you can come up with a piece of equipment like that, or a Jeep Wagoneer, an old beat up one or something we can use without worrying about it too much. Pour the half log in the first round, right along there. Plenty good, all the way out. They're gluing these 4x8 sheets to these laminated beams. And here you can see the center support for the joist saddled down into the concrete wall. Bears in real well. And supporting the center of the span of the I-beams. Bear into the concrete. And is level with the bottom of the I-beams. Real nice, easy way to do it. And of course we have these center concrete supports out here. Give a little more support to the center I-beam. We've got an air gun there that they're going to make nailing a lot easier. They're gluing first and then nailing on top. They squared the foundation and squared the, made sure that the I-beams are on it. Notice we have our footing, concrete wall, then treated 2 bags right here, and then on top of that's the I-beams with the faceplate all along. And you can see that they've got it squared up. They've got plywood sheathing squared to the side of the foundation. On here, over here. You want to alternate the ends of the plywood so that they don't fall on the same break line. You got the company here keeping everybody company. The dogs are kind of supervising. They're learning from Sharon real well. They're doing a good job of supervising. Dog's tired out from all the gluing he was doing on the foundation. He was gluing the boards down. Working too hard. Halfway down on the floor. Get the sheeting on. And we'll be putting another layer on over the top of this to double it up. We're moving right along, gluing, nailing, spacing the sheeting properly. And tomorrow we'll hopefully be putting down the half log. It is May 10th. They've completed the floor. The whole deck is finished with 2 layers of truss board, 3/4 inch. You can total 1.5 inches flooring. We backfilled it pretty much. Got quite a few people here to look up, say hi. Do it with logs.
Well, I got one of the dogs up here.
Hey, we got the tractor. Had a pin break on the bucket, and we're clearing it out. And for the half log, we haven't got all the new cable here yet. So what we're going to do is put a ramp, pole ramp at the far end of the log home down there. That end. We're going to pull a half log right up alongside the foundation. And then we've got a cable strung across. You can see the cable laying on the far side there, across. And going through a sheave pulley on that tree right there. And it'll go to the back of the truck. And we're just going to skid them up on there and then use little rollers once it's up on there. And get the half logs up in position properly. We've decided to place the small end over here on this far corner over here of the half log. So the big end will be towards me with the camera. Get the gin pole there in the middle in case we need it. And we'll have a little better rigging outfit as we go along and get some more logs coming in. There's Jerry. There's Jerry and Carolyn, they're Audrey. It's Lisa's mom and dad and grandmother. Of course, Sharon and Pat. Dogs. And Tammy. Brian and all, I'm working on it down on the tractor. So we'll be going at it here pretty quick. See if we can catch it. We're trying to get some pole rollers now. They did a real quick, fast job on the foundation. Beautiful day to do it. You know, when you're ready to start, I have to just push that red button by your index finger there.
Okay. Got it.
Just gonna put it hanging out here so you can just leave the case open and just set it over. You're not using it if you like.
Here's the second half log that's going on this end of the house. The first log has already been put on. Oh, that is so embarrassing. I think it's been better now. Give her making them do chores. What does Craig? Craig takes the garbage out and folds socks for him. And then he earns $2 a week, and then he can save his money on shopping. Because I'm constantly telling him, no, you can't have that. No, you can't have that.
Come on, Odie, Odie, Odie.
Odie!
Odie. Come on. Hey, baby. Oh, he's back down. So that's the way go, go.
Here it comes.
Odie. Where's Odie at?
Down there with the rock.
Who is it?
Yeah.
Dad! It fits it.
You need to pull it up here on the
But it doesn't
decking.
hang over on each side. Plenty along the other way.
It's fine because see, mine always comes.
That's what I told him, and I think, you know, it's kind of a fine, maybe.
Now tell him we're going for a balance point, so go slow.
Yeah, well, maybe someday we will not have not a
Yeah. No, I mean, ours is old full time. I just got these things full time, and it fits that perfectly. Plenty of room down over in the top. Sides come down about like a foot.
We're gonna have to. Hold it! Oh!
Boy,
lot of trauma. And you sat there smiling. CJ, stay back there. Get back by Craig.
but it was, yeah.
What is it? That he was saying he was hoping.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Be careful. It's fast.
It's raining. Well, the mold it can turn, yeah.
We're gonna have to do that. Okay, well, the balance point is still there. Where is it? We're gonna take the truck, come back on that and pull back that way. Okay. We can just leave this right on top of that beam until it gets to there. Yeah. Take the truck, pull back that way. Yeah. We'll choke up real close here. So we can guide all y'all again.
You back in where Brian's at?
Let's start here first. Short choke down as far as we can, and then we'll go. Things? Well, no. If it goes off the wall, that's okay. We can put our rollers on the side up and come out.
Very energetic dog. I like it.
That's it. It takes a couple 40, 30, 40.
Yeah, I guess we have a big
We passed it.
That's all right. We're far enough around now that you can unhook and we'll tie you on again over here.
I don't know what that front bumper is doing.
Yeah, it's plowing.
He likes a little more excitement.
Whoa! Oh! We're going to take it upside down.
Went down, turned the water on yesterday.
Trim the edges.
Had to go back and get the vice grips because I didn't have the right lens.
Right there.
There we go.
I'm getting it started.
You said no.
Slide snatch
Anything
box on.
Start trouble right
Now you
here.
have to
We're going to have the booth.
come along and log up a couple feet and just let it ride right down the cable over to the cabinet center. So there's a couple options we have. We got
It's gonna hit me again. That's domestic violence.
These are served hot dogs.
Yes,
just like this. You experiment.
but I can't
find
tell
out
you
how
what that
everything
is.
works. Yeah, whatever works best.
Stepdad told me what it was.
Everybody has their purpose and their task to do.
Zipper's burning.
Whether it's dressing up the log or cleaning up
He's
the
a funny
logs
guy.
or
I like him.
whatever it may be.
I tell you, I borrowed a dog.
Every job's important.
I gotta put that.
I would just zoom in on these guys. There's a busy fella right there. What's he got? A can of. Looks like a can of. Let me zoom in here. It is. That's a whole fifth.
$100.
Well, I'm gonna wait until I have that.
Who's this guy? Oh, there he is. There's the guy I wanted to get a hold of. It's Jerry Swayze. He has a name similar to my uncle's. He's a good fella. He really knows how to build these houses. What do we got over here? There's Miss Rodeo right there. She is nice, building a house, doing a little carving on that flat log right down there, making some kind of a drip pattern or something so that the water will run off
onto the ground instead of seeping under the logs. That's the way I was told.
$5 an hour for digging that ditch
There's a guy over there leaning on something. What's his name?
and breaking that cement.
Oh yeah. No, he's caught me taking these pictures, so he took off. He's working like crazy now. There he is. They're gonna tip that flat log over here in just a short time, and it'll be in place, and I suppose they'll just run down and get some more. That's the name of the game here. Who's this? There's a guy that come up with the plans on this situation here.
Hey, don't blame this on me.
Ford Apache.
Ford
Did a nice job too. There's a gal right over there. A little cheesecake out there. Get her to do a little dance or two out there with that bucket. Oh, here she is. She's going to paint that log right there where her mother just peeled the edge of that off. She'll put a little wood life on that. The audience.
We had to pay to get in here.
As you can see, this show really wasn't a sellout.
Oh, no.
What do we got? 4 people here? Oh, I know.
Down there helping.
It wasn't advertised. This is a private party. Oh, and there's a great cricket
We're
dog.
the critics. We're the critics.
The critics? It's a cricket smile. Look at her smile. So beautiful. After we had her orthodontist work, she looks so good. There's Nick. I don't know what else to take pictures of, Nick, so I'm back to you again. I don't know. Okay, we'll just move right along here. Back to the dirt pile, the log.
Jerry, can you zero in on the arena? The boys are down there in the dirt.
Okay.
Maybe next year you go.
I'd like to. I've gone this year. Didn't have any time though. Is it bow hunting or with a shotgun?
Jerry,
Huh?
that camera isn't sharing the bushes.
Did he see
it's
any
sharing
toms that
space.
he couldn't shoot?
It's about to turn this flat half log and put it into position.
He'll be back next year, I bet.
You having fun there, Jerry?
Comes
That's
Jerry's
the nice thing
ride.
about being able to edit. I can edit all that stuff right out.
There goes Jerry's ride right there.
He's gonna edit. You'll get a kick out of some of the
Yeah, Tom and Jerry show.
Yeah, this is Tom and Jerry show here at Arden, Washington. This is Sunday, Mother's Day, 1993.
Isn't there a Tom and Jerry drink?
Jerry Swayze there. I don't know if I mentioned this, but my uncle lives in San Jose, California at this time. His name is Jerry Swayze, S-W-E-Z-E-A. And there may be some
First log home
relation
I've
here.
helped build with this big of logs.
All right.
These are pretty good sized logs.
Yeah, they are.
Make a nice looking home.
It's going to be a beautiful home.
Boy, these are gonna have
It's going to be a cozy place next winter to be all inside that and warm. Well, there we are, Miss Sharon right over there. She's looking at everything and she says, my God, they're doing a good job. Everything's just looking good. I think I'll put a door right here. Oh, maybe a window. Just right.
You asked me how it was working. I think.
Selection crew.
Maybe tip this.
That way a little bit. Push this back that way.
Okay, physically?
Yeah.
He told you a minute ago, this is one of the largest log houses that he's built. As far as is the length of these logs also. God, I just saw, there he is right over there. There's our cat skinner over there, ducking in and out of the brush. Caught him on film here just a little bit ago, but we had to edit it. He wasn't after his cat, he was going up in the brush there to kill some trees, I guess. Big trees. Okay, pretty soon now we're going to tip this thing over.
I'll lift from this side, you lift from that side, I'll tell this side.
Okay, here we go.
Lever. Okay, a little bit more.
Okay, here we go, fellas. 1, 2.
But you know,
I have to look at you.
I got 2 feet here and you got
She's doing good getting some
about 6 to 8 inches that way.
foil insulation, probably to go under that, maybe. Work, work, work. Woman's work is never done. Dance all night and work all day. They're getting it lined up. They huffed and they puffed and they pushed it too far. This is no big deal. They can always go back and push it the other way. These guys don't eat a normal meal, you know. They eat gravel and rusty nails and things, and this gives them a lot of power. Gives them a lot of iron in their blood. It gets the lead out of their ass and puts the iron in their blood. Top crew right here. It's the A-team.
This had been dripping, I guess, for over a year around the hot water tank. This guy put a wrong element in and he bored one of my renters and bored in there to make it fit.
Good one. Right into place. Okay, we got that. Evidently was the east side. We've already got the left side in place. Look in the north and the south, and we start going up with them. Teamwork. Been to team building seminars, all these people. They all work good together. It's like a well-oiled machine. Okay, here we are with the half logs. Okay, at this end we have the small end. The small end's right here. And the big end is down there. And the opposite end of the log home. Small end's there. The big end's down here. We'll show you as we secure them to the floor when we lag bolt them down. Right now we've mounted them on the wall and we lined them up where they're a ½ inch overhanging the edge of the log wall, parallel to the wall. Insulated under, lay them down flat, kind of roughly position them, and we'll be putting the lag bolts in about every 4 feet to secure them to the floor so they don't get kicked around until we get a couple rounds down to hold everything in place real well. Then we'll be going down our log pile, picking 2 of the largest logs for this position here, from one end to the other. One here, one right here. We'll be using the largest logs in the log pile, the largest, straightest logs. We'll place the large end of the log back here this way over the small end of this log. Over here, and place the small end over the big end. That'll start our sequence properly. The gin pole in the center is just to be used for helping, another place to hang a snatch block to give us a little positioning for our rigging. We'll be hooking up our rigging over here on this big tree. We'll be having our rigging for, what the heck is it? Our rigging for lifting the bigger logs up through that. So bring them up in the air and suspend them. It'll be up there, and then there's one right down here at the base. It's missing right now, but we'll hang it right there from that chain. And then we'll be able to have a real versatile rigging outfit. You can see there, half log. And they look real nice laying there.
It's off to a real good start though. It'll look real good. But not a bad day's work. And we'll leave it at that. Let's get that half log up there. This is going to be the half log for the center wall. You didn't have to put a half log, but it makes it easier to get the sequence proper. Let's get on and take a look, see what they're doing. Brian's giving direction. They do this all by themselves. Picked the log, brought it up, mounted it, and scribed it, snap-chalked it, and started sawing. And we'll show you how we sequence this half log here for the center wall. There's the supervisors. Hey, yeah.
Get to work.
What happened where?
Oh, he's gonna come to rodeo.
Oh, I started working on my Jeep.
Hey,
Them healthy young men. Woo!
It'll be gone by June. You watch. The end of June.
They went ahead and tied off the rope on the end there, and just in case it skips off, it probably won't here because it's a smaller log, but we want to make sure we don't want to take a chance on anybody getting hurt.
That's too loose, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just, it ain't much. That's just a quick loose, though.
And
There's one a little side to the bottom.
when Butch is ready to talk here, we want
I'm learning
Butch to
about
show me that
chainsaws.
he's a good instructor.
I'm learning about chainsaws.
I'm sure you're an expert at teaching these boys how to saw them logs and set them up now, aren't
I think
you?
them boys are an expert at teaching me.
They mounted up here on the wall so it'd be easier to work.
I stopped playing.
In mode, I want you to tell us exactly what you did here today on doing this log by yourself. Now, what'd you do first off?
First off, we went and selected the log that we wanted. We cut the chunk out of it. We wanted a 20-foot chunk to go across for the center wall, the floor. We didn't want to cut a 40-footer in half because we'd be wasting half the log. So we cut 20 foot out of this one. It's got a little less taper than most of them. And we drug her down, hooked up our rigging, and put it up on the wall.
Just pretty much like we did the other half logs?
Like we did the other half log, only we did a little twist on the ramps and things you taught us. We took those two PVs on each side of the log on each end, and we'd lifted the thing up and rolled that block underneath, like the old timers did it.
Oh, the old pick bar. Yeah, I know
we
what
just
you saw
picked-
there.
We just picked it up with our two PVs, and Nick found true center. We snapped the chalk line, and rest is history. You can see what we're doing now.
Yeah, okay.
Almost become two.
Now what they're going to do with this half log is they're going to put what they're going to have is a doorway in the center of the building here, going through from the dining room into the kitchen bathroom area. And what they are going to have is an interior log wall going across the center here. I don't have my pointer today, but anyway, what they'll be doing is running the tape of the log the same way. They're going to lay half the half log down on the left here, out to the door, and if we put the small end to the left here, then we're going to have the big end over here. On the next log going the rest of the way across the cabin, we'll have the small end here by the door and go out the big end over there. That way it keeps our taper going the same direction. It'll take anyway, if we put the two big ends into the center, what'll happen is it'll look like the room's crooked. So we want to keep that taper going all the way across the log home. And then we'll just saw off the biggest end that hangs over, the excess log that's hanging over the end out there, we'll saw off. That way it'll keep down the height of the half log in the center here. So anyway, we'll show you after it's done. They're going to go ahead and saw this and finish it. But they did this all on their own here without me, so they're just learning on their own, doing a few things of their own. And once they get the notching done, they'll know pretty well what they got to do after we get this first round down. Yeah, let's watch them. There's the snap chalk line.
Uh-oh.
Red snap chalk line
Don't
this
touch
time.
it. You'll break it.
Real good. Saw it in half. Now flip it open. We'll see how clean up it is. Notice that they put the curve to the side, and there's the cut to the left and right there. And you'll notice that the curve is curving to the left and right. Now that way we'll be able to straighten it on the wall if we decide to. Bolt it down and turn it. Hey, boy, he's strong. And there's some nice flat half logs. How long was your actual cutting on this little piece?
Probably cutting time half hour, maybe.
Yeah.
But it took an
Yeah.
hour or so.
Yeah.
Cool
We
stuff.
spent a half an hour talking about buying a portable sawmill, but here you did it in about the same length of time, didn't you?
That's right.
Yeah. Let's keep that in mind, huh? They did real good on cutting that. See, there's no real deep gouges or serrations or anything. There's going to have to hardly do any cleaning up at all and then dress off that edge. Looks real good.
Here, Jerry, I'll clean it up.
He's going to clean it up. But it's already flat enough if the person wanted to. Taking his ease, he did too much work already constructing, getting the log up there. Good dog. Hey, Baron, what's happening, huh? Too much for you.
Here, let me touch you.
So now I'll eat them.
My dad's standing right here.
Your dad stand right there. Okay, go ahead and explain how you're going to do this wall now.
This half log, we have a log wall that goes all the way across, but we have a hallway that's offset. We have 18 feet to here, 3.5 more feet, and then 10.5 feet to the outside edge. So we're going to take that half log, the two halves of the half log, we're going to butt them in this area here, which will be the hallway. And they're 20 feet long, so we'll have 18 plus 2 for an overhang. Then whatever. 3-foot gap, and then whatever. But we don't know exactly if it's going to be 18 feet or if it's going to be 17.6 or if it's going to be 18.6. We don't know that exactly yet. So we have to basically butt them up and then remove later what will be the actual hallway.
What he's concerned about is the diameter is going to be thicker on one log, on the half log, than the other one.
Right.
But it's not going to show up that much.
Like if you have your big half log and then you butt your small one up to it, there's going to be this, you know, this step down.
But what I was explaining to him is by the time you get that opened up to 3 feet, 3.5, 4 feet, then you won't hardly notice the difference in height. And the next full log that goes across, there'll be a full log going across there the next time. It's going to pretty well cover all that. And what we'll do is just scribe right up to the break and then scribe down the other side of the break. And they'll look offset a little bit, but they won't be bad.
And then we'll open this up and
But this is the plans they're working at right here. See, you're doing everything from this little plan here. They're not getting too confusing. They're keeping it simple. And there's nothing real technical about it. And we're able to do all our log work without too much hassle.
you just have a rectangle.
This other one's a loft, right?
Yeah, right.
Up
This
above
is
here.
one big open room. This center wall will come up and separate this part of the house from this part. This part of the house will be framed with floor joists and a loft above, which will be the master bedroom, which will be a balcony here also above the kitchen and this big room.
And the loft will be there on the left, and open beam ceiling,
Right.
or an open beam ceiling on the right. And
Yeah. Big cathedral type ceiling, and purlins. And
so this is all you're going to need really to get your log work done. When you start putting in fixtures and we get our electrical, we're going to need a little more descriptive,
right.
a little closer description of where our outlets are going.
Now her windows and whatnot, we're going to have to mark those out, kind of, before we go, so we don't be putting a bunch of spikes in the window
Right,
slots.
right.
When we get to 3 or 4 feet,
You
wherever.
got it. You learn all this from the film?
Oh, hell yeah.
Ah, okay.
I watch your films a lot.
There you go. And there's the foundation right there. Okay, sounds pretty good. Clean up the floor and flop the half logs down and get a rough idea and a rough look at them, and we'll see what we got. But there's not enough tape.